friends. Today I'll be sharing about the shadow of compromise, inner and outer compromise, and where this is showing up within my own life and also within the world, and what this means through my own understanding and the lens through which I'm perceiving the gene keys and the codes that the gene keys are sharing, and also the gift of competence. What happens when we fully see what compromise is? What happens when we fully embrace it? Or maybe not even fully, right? Because what does that even mean, fully? Maybe we never even get to the fully, but what if we just now, as I'm exploring this, see where it's showing up within your own life? As these are codes that we carry not only within us, within every single human being, but also it's within the world. And for some, it shows up in different flavors in different ways. Hence why we have our own particular flavors of expression of the victim state, which is the shadow, of the gift state, which is our heart, mind, embodied, the genius, and the city, it's the highest aspiration. And so right now we're moving through this gene key, which is the 14th gene key, moving from the shadow of compromise to the gift of competence to the city, S-I-D-D-H-I, city, divine gift of boundlessness. I'm not going to be going today into the city, so I want to keep it more practical and also more in relationship to how I've been observing this within my own self. And also what this gene key has brought up for me to contemplate, and it's a really juicy one, as it represents the code for true abundance, for true prosperity, for prosperity that models nature, for prosperity that is of giving and receiving, that is of service to that which is of the highest. It's offering its genius, its brilliance, as it has the ability, the capacity to magnetize a lot of wealth, not only material wealth, but also wealthy in love, prosperous in love, abundant in love. I'm going to use this simultaneously. Simultaneously, is that what I'm trying to say? I'm going to use these synonymously together: wealthy, prosperous, abundant. So you use the term that most resonates with you, or another term. I'm speaking to the energy that is life, that is generously giving of itself, emptying itself and receiving from life, offering itself to life and receiving more from life because it has more here to give and more to serve. And Richard Root says that having this gene key in your profile, or having a close friend, or anyone close to you, or even contemplating this gene key, as we have all the codes. So it doesn't really matter if you necessarily have it. It does matter to a degree, but it also, any code we get to activate within our life, especially the ones that are calling us. It's like, this is the one you're here to work with, then you can activate it, you can play with it, you can see it play out in life. And so this gene key is moving from the shadow of compromise, or rather moving through the shadow of compromise. And Richard Root talks about how there's inner compromise and outer compromise. And inner compromise is the compromise that is often where the shadow really plays out within our collective field. And that the outer compromise, sometimes it happens, but it's not even, it might be seen as compromise. For example, if you've said you're going to be somewhere and you choose to stay home because staying home is actually what is going to create more harmony between you and your family than going out to this place that you said you're going to go to. And so you might make a compromise of not doing the thing you said you're going to do because you're choosing to be with your family, because you're choosing to because you're saying yes to that which brings the highest harmony. So there is that outer compromise that doesn't necessarily lead to the shadow. What leads to the shadow is the inner compromise, which is when we compromise our heart, when we compromise our dreams, when we become part of the system or systems that do not really feed our soul and our heart and our spirit, but rather we kind of just become this maintainer. We're just maintaining our daily life by going to work, doing the thing, coming back home, decompressing, going back to work. We're like, I'm just like using a general example, but it's that dumbing of the human spirit. Richard Wood says that we become like this cog on the collective machine. And we compromise our highest truth, which is our heart. And when I say we here, if this doesn't apply to you, please dismiss it. I'm going to come to speaking to me, and I'll be interchaining we, me, as I am also referring to a theme that is seen within our world, which is go do the thing that's going to get you something that society finds valuable. Let's say money. Go work at this job to make X amount of money because that's going to pay the bills. And not only pay the bills, but then you can go on vacation, you can do this, this, and this. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's all about our attitude of how we approach that. And if we approach it from the place of, this is a space where I'm going to fully say yes to, because it's another opportunity for me to lean more into my dreams. And so I'm going to say yes to this without being a victim to this. Or am I saying yes to something just to fit in the system? Am I saying yes to something just because I want to prove something to someone? Am I saying yes to something that is actually not what I care about at all? Not only do I not care about it, I am against it, but I'm going to say yes to it because I don't see another way out. Paying attention to what we say yes to and what we say no to, and how that feels within. Are we compromising our heart and our truth? Are we compromising what feels authentic? Or Are we staying true to what is and still choosing this outer compromise, which doesn't necessarily need to affect our heart if we're in right relationship with what are we compromising? And is that actually of the highest harmony right now for myself, my vision, my dreams, what I'm here to bring forth? Or am I compromising my heart? Am I dimming down my spirit, my creative genius, so that I can continue to do the thing that I think is the thing to do, but I haven't even questioned, is this my thing to do? Is this my dharma? Is this my way of sharing the generosity of what I have to offer? That's it. I hope this was of value and of usefulness. Thank you.